10 A/B tests that we did for our clients that made them millions of dollars in revenue, so you can use them for your brand or your online store and make these millions of dollars yourself. So before I show you all of the before and afters and break down the A/B test, I just want to give you a high-level overview of how we typically work and do the whole conversion rate optimization process. Again, I've recorded 1.5 hour long video that I'm going to link in the description. This is just going to be a 3-4 minute overview of how we typically do this, and then I'm going to jump right into the A/B test to give them to you and hand them to you on a silver platter for you to make millions of dollars. So, the conversion rate optimization process. Everything starts with research. Research and data is so important. You want to get a really great understanding of what it is that's so important for your customers, right? What does the customer journey look like? Where do they click? Where do they scroll? Where do they abandon the customer journey? And what leads to them buying or not buying, right? So you need to look at a lot of quantitative data points like Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, Hotjar, right? Everything you can get your hands on, and all of the qualitative data points also, right? Like customer testimonials, session recordings, market research in Reddit forums, and all of this good stuff. So the point I'm making is research is number one. Get a really good understanding of your customer, your target audience, and the consumer psychology behind that, because with all of the data, you will just throw shit at the wall and try to see what sticks. Then, based on the data, what you then want to do in the second step is you want to come up with ideas on how to iterate the customer journey, right? So what we typically do is we just create a big spreadsheet where we write down all of the ideas that we have for each of the pages in the customer journey and how we're going to iterate those pages, right? Then what we do is we have a bunch of ideas collected in terms of the split test that we want to run. And then we do the so-called impact grading. Impact grading is super important because we want to make sure that all of the ideas that we have, we grade them and we rank them from the ideas that have the highest probability of success and the ideas that have the lowest probability of success. So we know what to focus on first and what to do first, right? So what we have is basically different KPIs that we measure these CRO ideas against to know before we push them live what has the highest probability of success. And again, don't worry, if you want to dive deeper into the process, understand exactly how all of this works, I have all of the resources linked in the video, in the description, and in the pinned comment down below, where you're going to get access to all of these spreadsheets, all of the SOPs that we use ourselves. Then basically, for the A/B test that we want to use, we do the design and copy work. So we take a screenshot of what the website looks like right now, and then we basically do all of the design and copy work. So we exactly know like what's the current state and what's the state of what we're going to switch to, right, with the iteration. And that's basically the process, and then we run the test, right? Here I just made a screenshot of one of the tests that we ran, where you can see that we basically compare the data of the control with the data of the variation. So basically the way an A/B test works is that you split all of the traffic that goes to your website in half. So 50% of the users that are on the website see the old version and 50% of the users see the new version. And then you compare the KPIs like conversion rate, average order value, revenue, and revenue per user. So you can make really good data-driven decisions in terms of what A/B test to use and what not to do. Really important, last thing, compound effect. You want to run a lot of A/B tests. You don't just want to run one A/B test per quarter, right? Typically, we run between 4 to 5 A/B tests for all of our clients every single month, and obviously the results stack. Secondly, you want to make sure that you get significant results, right? So you want to get a minimum of 20,000 users within those A/B tests, so a lot of data, and also a minimum of 1,000 conversions. So let me just give you this one example so you can kind of see also how this whole process works, and then I'm going to show you all of the crazy good A/B tests that we did. For this fashion brand that we've been working with, they basically pushed a bunch of their traffic to the homepage. And what the owners thought is, okay, well, we're pushing the traffic to the homepage, they're just going to scroll down and then find a product that they like and buy the product. But when we looked at the data, and especially the user recordings, we saw that most of the users wouldn't scroll down, but they would rather click on the menu and then directly click on the collection that they wanted to go to and then bought the product. And we validated this finding from the user recordings from Hotjar with the data from Google Analytics, where we saw that the 3 categories, t-shirts, new releases, and hoodies, had the most traffic. What you can see on the right-hand side, these come together to almost 100% of the traffic. So the idea that we had is, why don't we just take those three categories, the new releases, the t-shirts and the hoodies, and put them right at the top of the homepage. And that's what we did, right? And this is what it looks like now. So the idea behind that was, if we show the most click collections directly in the above the fold, then the conversion rate is going to increase, because the user is going to find the product that they want more easily and more quickly. Basically, they now don't have to open the menu, then click on the collection, but rather they instantly have it on the homepage. And then we run an A/B test, right? This is what I explained earlier. You push all of those users to the store, and then the A/B testing tool splits the users in half. And then in this case, the store had a 3% conversion rate, $65 AOV, and then the variation had a conversion rate increase of almost 16%, which is a lot and made them a lot of more money. So this is basically how the whole process works of looking at data, coming up with ideas, testing those ideas, and validating those ideas. So let's talk about case studies and tests that I would really suggest you run on your store, because they made us and our clients millions of dollars. Number one is a price test. Here, just to give you an example of one of the brands that we've worked with, they ran a pricing test where the control price was $34.99. And then they had a price that went up for $5 and was reduced by $5. So they compared the $34.99 with a price point higher, the $39.99, and then a price point lower, the $29.99. And what you see is that the revenue, right, from the control was almost exactly the same to the revenue with the lower price, right? So the overall revenue was almost exactly the same. And the overall revenue for the group with the higher price was almost $10,000 more in comparison, right? So more than 10% increase. If we compare conversion rates, this is super interesting, because the higher price had a higher conversion rate than the control, and then the lowest price had the highest conversion rate. But if we look at the overall revenue per visitor and the overall profit per visitor, the highest price was the best performer. So in this case, what this means is that we were able to increase the price point by $5, and it was still outperforming all of the other price points, right? So please test your pricing. Just to give you another test that we ran for pCloud, which is also around the above the fold in terms of the value proposition, and also a bit in terms of the design and UX, where we basically did the same thing, right? We improved the above the fold, the value proposition and the design, and this increased the conversion rate by 6.9%. For Coconut, big beauty brand, what we did is we added a second top bar, right? Where we had multiple best selling points that just went through it. For example, on time and fast delivery, hundreds of thousands of happy customers, free returns, free shipping, all of this stuff, right? So we basically just had a carousel of USPs that ran through it as a second top bar above the top bar that they had. And this also worked really well. This increased the conversion rate by 4.86%. Another great test that we ran is in the menu, right? When you open the menu drawer, we basically removed the social media icons because we want to keep the traffic on the page. And instead we added a trust pilot so we can give the user social proof and increase their trust. And this also worked really well. So we kept more of the traffic on the store and we also increased their trust. Another test that we ran in the menu, this goes into the direction of making it easier for the user to find what they want, right? Here in this case, they were selling these slides and the accessories. And basically what we did is we did the differentiation between women and men so that they can more easily kind of divide between that. So this also had a really great impact, made it a lot easier for customers to buy and increased the conversion rate by 5.82%. Another example here from Kinobody, where we also redesigned the product section in the menu. And this is one of the A/B tests that I personally love. We do it on almost all of the brands that we work with, is we work a lot more with images and with pictures, and also sometimes a bit of description or product benefit, right? You can see it's a crazy before and after. This is the menu before, and then this is the menu where we changed everything. And you can see yourself the menu on the right side worked way, way better. It just looks better. The user experience is better. You have images, you have product benefits, and this had a crazy impact. This increased the conversion rate by 8.8%. Another test that I also like to test is on the collection page, have quick call to action buttons to put the product in the cart, because this makes it easier, especially for lower ticket items or brands where you buy multiple products like supplements or beauty or skincare, that they don't have to go on every single product page, but just from the collection page, they can click on the call to action and add all of the products into the cart. This here had a increase of 5.43% of conversion rate. Another one for the collection page is to, after, for example, every 6th product, show a testimonial or show a store benefit, right? We tested this across multiple stores. Here, for example, with a supplement brand where we showed customer testimonials, and this increased the conversion rate by 2.72%. Another one is to add frequently asked questions link or slider above the fold, right? Because typically on the product page, when they go through the variations or select the color or something, they still have some like objections or questions in their mind. So this can help, especially if your product is a bit more complex, right? So in this case, for example, it increased the conversion rate by 4%. Another great test that I always like to do is around the pricing. So, for example, to put a badge underneath the price where you calculate the saved amount for them. So here, for example, you saved 21.87 euros to just make it easier for them, right? Because they will have a hard time calculating the saved amount. So if you just hand it to them on a silver platter, this will make it way easier for them, and they're going to think, oh, I'm saving so much money. So this had an impact of 2.98% in conversion rate. Another one in the cart drawer is we like to have an announcement bar within the cart drawer to increase the trust or to give them a small pat on the back. So here, for example, congratulations, your products are waiting for you, just to give them a bit more motivation to follow through with the process. So this, for example, had a 3.6% impact on the conversion rate. Another test that's also interesting to run if you have a cart page right now is to switch between cart page and cart drawer. For example, we tested this with Nomisk, and this had a over 10% increase on the conversion rate, just because it also is making the customer journey and user experience a bit more frictionless, because they just have the cart drawer that they can open and close, and it doesn't have to load the new page every single time they add a product or remove a product. So this also has a positive impact on the customer journey. Another great one within the checkout is to have trust elements, testimonials, or social proof. Here, for example, we also shows 3 different reasons of why you should go with this brand. And you can also, for example, show customer testimonials or other reasons. They always have a really, really great impact if you choose different trust elements in the checkout. For example, in this case, 4.15% higher conversion rate. Just a quick roundup thoughts. Again, if you want the whole process, just click on the video in the description. It has a Google document with all of the SOPs linked. And with all of these numbers, right, we had conversion rate impacts from 2% to the highest was 10 or 11%. This may not sound much, but with 8 and 9-figure brands, all of those increases are hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars in additional revenue for them. So if your brand is at a high enough level, conversion optimization, especially these A/B tests, make a lot of sense, because every single percentage point that you can add to your conversion rate or average order value is going to have a significant impact on the revenue and on the bottom line. So hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and also what kind of content you want to see in the future or what you want me to do a video about.